Okay, so let's talk about it. A lot of black people, maybe even you, have wondered, is Christianity really for us? Or was it just used to control us? Was it forced on our ancestors? And if so, how can we trust it now? This isn't about sugarcoating or just defending religion. This is about getting to the truth. But first, I'm LJ, and this is the Romans 12 initiative where we are renewing our minds and being transformed into the image of Christ. And I want to get to the nitty gritty of this. So let's get to it. Okay, so LJ, why are you even getting into this? So I have a lot of black friends. That's confusing. No, it's not. But I grew up in the black church. I grew up in neighborhoods with black people, and I have a heart for them. So in that, when I'm evangelizing or I'm telling people about God, often what I hear about is, oh, it's the white man's religion. Oh, they use that to keep us into slavery. Oh, we don't do this. We're the original Hebrews, or we're Kemetic, all this extra stuff. But my heart is for y'all, and I really truly want to give y'all the truth. So let's really dive into it. Let's do it. Okay, first off, let's deal with this. Was Christianity a tool of slavery? Sadly, yes. European colonizers did use the Bible to justify slavery. That's a fact. But here's the truth. They don't always teach us. Christianity didn't start in Europe. It actually starts in the Middle East. Jesus was not white. Christianity reached Africa before Europe. Ethiopia was actually one of the first Christian nations in history. Africans like Augustine, Tertullian, and Athanasius were leaders in the early church. The gospel was in Africa long before slavery even came to the US. So let's even talk about this, right? So the Bible talks about slavery. Very true. That makes people uncomfortable. But biblical slavery isn't the same as chattel slavery in the US. In the Bible, it was actually economic, limited in time. So there was only a certain amount of time somebody could actually be in slavery. Think about it like being under contract, right? With sports teams, with NBA teams, there's a certain amount of time that a player is under contract with a specific team, right? And then plus, even in the biblical slavery, it had protections around it. More importantly, the biblical message led people to fight for freedom. Think about people like Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Dr. King. All this, all their work, all their effort, all their heartache and pain and tears and sweat and blood, all was driven by faith in Jesus. Even in Galatians 3:28, it tells us there is neither Jew nor Greek, nor slave nor free, male or female, for you are all one in Jesus Christ. So think about that. So here's another question. Does God care about black people? Let's get personal. Where was God during slavery? During segregation? It's a question many have cried out, and it's okay to ask. The Bible doesn't ignore these sufferings. In fact, Jesus identifies with it. He was beaten, betrayed, oppressed by an empire, and rose above it. Christianity isn't about siding with the oppressors. It's about a God who joins the oppressed and promises justice and healing. Maybe not in this life, but surely in the next, right? So let's think about faith and our black identity, right? Can you be unapologetically black and a follower of Jesus? Yes, duh. Your identity, your culture, your skin tone, God made you like that for a purpose, for a time as this. Christianity doesn't ask you to erase who you are. It calls you to become the full version of who God has created you to be, right? Just even like in the the old sayings in the black church isn't a copy, it's a powerhouse of hope, justice, and joy. Our history with Jesus runs deep, right? So let's even think about it. Let's think about some of those early the early church fathers like Augustine, Tertullian, and Athanasius, right? What something that people don't honestly really know, but they should teach in church history is uh, God, Augustine actually helped with the Reformation. It wasn't just John Calvin. It wasn't just the um, I forgot the other guy's name. Not even gonna lie, but it wasn't just those guys, but it was actually people like Augustine, Tertullian, Athanasius, that these early African church fathers that actually came and explained the faith and actually made it potent for um, people to understand, right? And one thing that these three early church fathers actually did a lot for the faith. Augustine actually taught about original sin, and his work was well known, right? Tertullian actually coined the phrase Trinity, right? So the people, us that believe in the Trinity, he actually was the one that said, yeah, God is, uh, he is three distinct beings in one essence. So the Trinity. But all this to say that us as African Americans, us as people of color, we belong in this faith. Not because of our skin tone, not because of where we grew up, but because God came down in flesh and dwelt among men and died for you and me. It wasn't because of a certain a denomination or a certain race that he came. He came because he loved us. And to be honest, it doesn't matter if Jesus was black or white because the blood was red and it washes us clean and it makes us white as snow. Like this t-shirt. So I'll holler at y'all and I'll talk to y'all later. Love you.